they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'ma beat his.
Can't do it.
For real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a y'all was quiet. Y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there, Tank.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a about none of that.
Do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna him up.
You know, that Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do.
Floyd Mayweather erupted in anger at Gervonta Davis for shouting at Calvin Ford in the ring. He criticized Tank, saying he should not disrespect the man who helped him succeed. Floyd Mayweather didn't hold back as he lashed out at Tank Davis for disrespecting Calvin Ford. He made it clear that Tank wouldn't be where he is without his support. He warned him that success comes with responsibility and that disrespecting those who helped him is unacceptable.
That looks like a submission, you hear me? Let me get
Check this out.
You guys calm down, listen to me. Hey, come on now.
Tank don't Coach Cal. When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like out of here. Whoop, excuse me. Out of here.
During a tense moment between rounds, Tank Davis shocked the boxing world with an uncharacteristic outburst at his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford. As Ford leaned in to wipe sweat from Davis's face and offer crucial instructions, Davis abruptly interrupted, exclaiming, "You got to stop and listen to me." The sudden frustration in his voice suggested a breakdown in communication, an unusual sight between the fighter and the man who has been in his corner for years.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about, Tank don't with Coach Cal. Look, check this.
Cal, you guys calm down, listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost it.
Calvin Ford has always been the driving force behind Tank Davis, pushing him to greatness in every fight. As Tank prepared for his bout against Yuri, Ford's motivation was key in the corner. Ford's energy was electric, urging Tank to stay focused and finish strong throughout the fight. He reminded Tank of his power, his skill, and his destiny to be great during the later rounds when showed resilience. Ford's words kept Tank sharp. "Close the show," Ford demanded, knowing Tank had the ability to end the fight in spectacular fashion. His coaching was more than just instructions. It was pure belief in his fighter. In the 12th round, Tank delivered, securing the TKO victory. Every fight, Ford's presence fuels Tank's confidence and determination. Their bond is unbreakable, and Ford's motivation continues to push Tank to prove he's one of the best in boxing.
Now it seems like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank go over here, he go to this and watch this shit that he do. He gonna lift his jacket up and like, our conversation is a secret, I don't want him to hear it type shit. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't each other? Like, what? And he brush him off again, like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
Tank Davis has always thrived under Calvin Ford's guidance, but his fight against Lamont Roach was different. Ford wasn't as involved as he usually is, and fans quickly noticed the difference. Without Ford's usual presence in the corner, Tank struggled to find his rhythm, leading many to call it the worst performance of his career. Critics argue that Ford's absence played a major role in Tank's lackluster showing. His energy, strategy, and motivational words have always been crucial, pushing Tank to dominate his opponents. Without that familiar voice, Tank didn't seem like himself. The fight lacked the explosiveness and control that usually define his performances.
Good right hand from Mont, uppercut. Good combination, Mont. Oh, good left from Tank. Right hand from Monty. Oh, Tank took a knee. He got knocked down. That's a knockdown. Tank is trying to bail himself out. That's a knockdown. That's a knockdown! How are you going to do that and run and get a towel? Who gave Davis that right? This is a highway robbery, dog. Good combination, Lamont. Oh, shit. They swinging on each other. Good body shot, Lamont. Lamont is rocking with it. This is Tarver Roy 1. What's going to happen is they're going to give the fight to Tank, and then the second fight, Lamont going to say, any excuses tonight, Tank. And then he will knock Tank out. I've seen Lamont won, bro. He won 7-5 with a knockdown. This guy did the unthinkable, and I hope they don't rob him. Scorecard. They said majority draw. They cheated Roach. Roach got robbed, and everybody knows it. Rematch right away. They robbed him.
Many believe that Ford's influence is irreplaceable, and his limited role in this fight highlighted just how much he means to Tank's success, whether this was just an off night or something more. One thing is clear: Tank is at his best. When Ford is fully in his corner, Tank Davis' fight against Lamont Roach wasn't just disappointing in performance, it also exposed underlying tensions in his camp. One of the biggest signs that something was off was Calvin Ford's reduced role in training, and in the corner, fans and analysts noticed that Ford, who had always been a major influence in Tank's fights, wasn't as involved this time. This raised questions about possible issues between them. Trainer Barry, who was also part of Tank's team tried to downplay the situation. When asked about Ford's absence, he acknowledged Ford's value, calling him a great coach. But his statement, "Boxing is boxing," suggested there was more to the story. The way he spoke made it seem like there had been some sort of disagreement or change behind the scenes, even if he didn't directly confirm it. The biggest moment that made the tension undeniable was when Tank shouted at Calvin Ford during the fight. This was unusual because Ford had always been a calming and motivating presence in his corner. Seeing Tank react this way toward his longtime mentor showed that something had shifted. Whether it was frustration from the fight itself or deeper issues between them, it was clear their dynamic wasn't the same as before, with this performance being called one of Tank's worst. Many believe Ford's absence played a key role. His ability to push Tank mentally and strategically had always been a major advantage, and without it, the fight felt different. The situation left fans wondering if this was just a one-time issue, or if something bigger was brewing between Tank and Ford.
There they go, back in steady taste. When I slap the taste out of your mouth with the bass so loud that it shakes the place. I'm Hannibal.
Water over it today, but I must say do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Tank Davis's decision to leave Floyd Mayweather's promotion was a major shift in his career. Having been under Mayweather Promotions for years, the move raised questions about what led to the split. Many speculated there could have been tension between Tank and Floyd, but Calvin Ford, Tank's longtime trainer, downplayed any drama. Ford addressed the situation by emphasizing that it was strictly business. He made it clear that there was no personal fallout, saying, "We are not leaving. It's business. And we are brothers." His words suggested that while Tank was moving on from Mayweather Promotions, his core team and relationships remained intact, to put things into perspective. Ford pointed out that other big-name fighters had done the same, referring to how fighters often leave their promotional teams to take more control over their careers. Ford framed Tank's decision as a natural step for a fighter at his level, rather than a sign of conflict. Tank's departure symbolized his desire for independence, allowing him to navigate his career on his own terms. Some believed he wanted more control over his fights, earnings, and promotional choices. While Floyd Mayweather had guided him to superstardom, Tank was now ready to carve his own path. Despite the change, Ford reassured everyone that their bond remained strong. Business decisions wouldn't affect their brotherhood, and their focus remained on Tank's success. Whether this move will benefit Tank in the long run remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: he is stepping into a new chapter of his career, with confidence and control. Some fans believe Tank Davis's performance against Lamont Roach suffered because he wasn't trained by Calvin Ford for the fight. Ford has always been a key figure in Tank's success, and his absence in training raised concerns. Not only was Ford less involved in camp, but during the fight, Tank also didn't listen to his advice like he usually does. This lack of chemistry and Dyer may have contributed to what many call his worst performance. Without Ford's usual influence, Tank seemed less sharp, leading people to question whether their bond was weakening and if it affected his performance.